In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the lamp on the N96009 set. But before we start, we need to locate the N9DAQ Max palette in the block diagram. To locate the DAQ Max palette, go to your block diagram. Right click and open the function palette and go down to measurement IO palette. And there, you'll find the N9DAQ Max palette. It is recommended to pin the palette on your block diagram. Look for the pin icon on the top left hand corner and click on it. Firstly, we need to use the create virtual channel function. Click and drop the function on the block diagram. Click the drop box at the bottom of the function and go to analog output, select voltage. Next, right-click on the physical channels terminal of the create virtual channel function and create a constant. Open the constant and click on device 1 AO0. Next, we'll be adding property nodes. Property nodes are used to get or set a property of a specific function. In this case, we would want to set the minimum and maximum voltage input and sampling timing type. Add one channel property node and one timing property node and arrange them as such. Next, right-click on the channel property node and select Change All to Right. Next, expand the channel property node to have two slots by holding the blue square and pulling it down. Next, click on the first slot of the channel property node. Go to analog output and select minimum value. For the second slot, go to analog output and select maximum value. For the timing property node, select sample timing type. Next, create a constant on each of the property node. Next, we'll be setting the minimum value to 0 and the maximum value to 5. The sampling timing type will be set to on demand. Next, create a while loop with a stop button. Then, add a wait in millisecond function in the timing palette. Right-click on the left terminal of the wait in millisecond function and create a constant. Type in 100. The wait in millisecond function acts as a delay for every iteration that the while loop executes. Next, add the DAQ max write function into the while loop. Click the drop box at the bottom of the function, go to analog, single channel, single sample and select DBL. Next, create a horizontal pointer slide on your front panel. Change the minimum value to 0 and maximum value to 5. Wire the slide to the data terminal of the DAQ max write function on the block diagram. Wire the other terminals as such. Next, add the DAQ max stop task and DAQ max clear task function to the block diagram. And wire them as such. If you prefer to have a digital display, you can right-click the horizontal pointer slide, go to Visible Items, and select Digital Display. From here on, you can run the code and control the lamp using the slide on the front panel. If you are unable to get the lamp working, check your physical channel constant on the Create Virtual Channel function. Check whether you have selected the right output channel. Another way to check is to see whether you have selected the right settings for the DAQ Max Create Virtual Channel function, as well as the DAQ Max Write function. Another way to check is to open up a software called NIMax. On the left hand side of NIMax, you can see the devices that is connected to your PC under the Devices and Interfaces tab. So once you have identified the USB 6009 that is connected to your PC, run a self-test to check whether the self-test is completed successfully or not.